You know that twice-a-day ritual most of us don't even think about? Brushing our teeth? But that humble toothbrush? It's gotten a massive upgrade. The electric version promises this amazing, deep, dentist-level clean. But is this powerful upgrade all good news for you, and maybe not so good for the planet? Let's get into it. And get this, way back in 2003, a poll found that the toothbrush was the #1 invention Americans felt they couldn't live without, more than the car, more than the personal computer. But as it's evolved into this high-tech gadget, we've got a real conflict on our hands. A clean that's provably better for your teeth versus a hidden cost for the environment that's getting kind of heavy. So where did this thing even come from? Well, you'd probably guess it was cooked up in some corporate lab, to sell us the next big thing in dental care. But the real origin story is actually way more surprising, and honestly, a lot more medical. When you look at this timeline, it's kind of wild how long the idea of a powered brush has been kicking around. I mean, we went from ancient chew sticks all the way to the first patent being filed way back in 1937. But the real game changer, the one that started it all, showed up in 1954, the Broxodent, invented over in Switzerland. So this is it, the Broxodent. When it finally hit the market in the US in 1960, it looked like something straight out of a science lab, right? And, well, there's a really good reason for that. It was never designed for you and me, for the average person. Its purpose was way more specific. And this really gets to the heart of why it was made. The first electric toothbrush wasn't some fancy consumer gadget. It was a straight-up medical device. It was built to help people who physically struggle to brush their teeth well. Think about patients with arthritis who have limited dexterity, or anyone trying to clean around a mouthful of braces. So it was all about accessibility, not luxury. Now, from that medical beginning, the technology just exploded. Fast forward to today, and you've basically got two dominant types of electric toothbrushes fighting for that spot on your bathroom counter, and they work in totally different ways. So on one side, you've got the oscillating, rotating brushes. You've seen these. They have those small, round heads that spin back and forth really fast, kind of cupping and scrubbing each tooth one by one. And on the other side, you've got sonic brushes. These look a lot more like a regular toothbrush, but they vibrate from side to side at absolutely incredible speeds. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty, because the physics here is what really matters. The oscillating rotating brush is all about mechanical force. We're talking almost 9,000 movements a minute, physically scrubbing that plaque away. But sonic brushes? They're all about speed, up to a mind-boggling 62,000 strokes a minute. This insane vibration creates something called fluid dynamics, which basically turns the water and toothpaste in your mouth into a cleaning fluid that blasts away plaque, even in spots the bristles can't quite reach. It's like a tiny power washer for your mouth. All that tech sounds super impressive, right? But here's the real question. Does it actually work any better than just using a good old-fashioned manual toothbrush? Well, the scientific community has looked into this a lot, and the evidence is, well, it's pretty clear. You see, in the world of medicine, when you want the absolute, no questions asked, top-tier answer on something, you look for a Cochrane review. They're considered the gold standard. They gather up all the best research on a topic and figure out what it all means. And yeah, they definitely tackled the electric versus manual debate. And wow, the results are pretty striking. Over just 3 months, electric toothbrushes got rid of 21% more plaque than manual ones. On top of that, they cut down on gingivitis, that's gum inflammation, by 11%. And let me tell you, in the world of dental science, those are not small numbers. That is a huge, measurable advantage. But okay, what about the long game? I mean, short-term results are great, but how do these benefits stack up over years and years? To answer that, we have to look at this incredible 11-year study out of Germany that followed thousands of adults to see what happened in the real world. And the long-term proof is even more powerful. People using electric toothbrushes had way less tooth decay and a major reduction in the progression of gum disease. But maybe the biggest deal of all, over those 11 years, they literally kept more of their own teeth. It's this amazing protective effect that just builds and builds over time. So why? What's this secret sauce here? Well, it really boils down to 4 key things. First, you get this consistent, powerful speed that your arm just can't possibly match. Second, almost all of them have a built-in timer that makes sure you brush for the full 2 minutes, which, let's be honest, most of us don't do. Third, pressure sensors stop you from brushing too hard and damaging your gums. And finally, they're basically foolproof. The brush does all the hard work, so you don't need perfect technique to get a great clean. Okay, so the health benefits are crystal clear. Dentists love them, the data backs them up. It seems like a total no-brainer, right? An open and shut case. But there's another side of the story, a part that has nothing to do with plaque or gingivitis. There's a hidden cost that's getting a lot harder to ignore.
Exactly. I mean, with all this proof that it's better for our health, what could possibly be the downside? What's the catch? Well, the catch isn't what happens when you're using the brush. It's what happens when you're done with it. The electric toothbrush has become a pretty significant contributor to our growing e-waste problem. The handle has a sealed lithium-ion battery inside that's almost impossible to remove and recycle properly. The whole thing is made of these mixed-up plastics and metals you can't really take apart. So after a few years, when the battery inevitably dies, the entire handle just becomes trash. And those little replacement heads, because of their complex design, pretty much every single one ends up in a landfill. So this brings us to a really critical point. Can we keep all the amazing health benefits of this technology while actually solving its pretty serious sustainability problem? The next big step for the toothbrush might have to be about getting both smarter and a whole lot greener. And that is exactly where the industry is starting to go. We're already seeing toothbrushes with AI-powered apps that act like a little dental coach in your bathroom, guiding your technique in real time. But looking even further out, people are working on ways to turn the toothbrush into a health monitoring device that could analyze your saliva for signs of disease. And, most importantly, there's a real push for sustainable designs. Brushes with parts you can actually recycle, or maybe even made from eco-friendly plastics. So, the next time you pick up your toothbrush, just think about its incredible journey. We're talking about a device that was born out of a medical need, engineered with some seriously cool physics, and is proven to keep you healthier. But its future could be even more wild. Will this simple little tool actually become one of our most important windows into our overall health? It's a powerful thought to chew on.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more How Meets History.